Hello, I'm Jonathan Barlow, a partner attorney here at Clear Counsel Law Group. Today I'd like to talk for a minute about a question that often comes up in my practice, and that is, what do I do when the executor of my mother's estate or the trustee of my father's trust is not following the will or not following the trust after mom or dad or whoever has passed away? So these questions arise when a loved one or somebody that is in your circle of influence has passed away, and you have some interest in their estate, in their property that's been left behind. And another person, a third party, has been appointed and is serving that position as the executor or the trustee. That's the person responsible to follow the directions of the will, or follow the directions of the trust, or follow Nevada law in distributing the property of the estate or the trust. And too often, unfortunately, we have executors or trustees who just don't do that job correctly. It's either because they don't understand how to do their job, or more maliciously, they have an intent to not follow it on purpose. They are either misappropriating the assets to themselves, they have an axe to grind with the such and such child that they've never liked, and so they give that child as hard of a time as possible in the distribution of the property. So what can you do if this is a situation where you've got an executor or a trustee, somebody in that position that is not doing their job or that you don't think is doing their job? The first thing you need to do is consult with an attorney who has experience dealing with disputed issues in probate and trust administration cases, that has experience in understanding what happens when those duties are not followed. And they can advise you. Sometimes those things can be worked out through a back and forth exchange of letters or phone calls with the executor or trustee. Sometimes it's just a matter of nudging them in the right direction. They get back on track and the administration goes and everybody's benefited by that. Unfortunately, there are too many cases where we have to take those cases into court and ask the court to become involved to get the trustee or the executor back on track. And even up to the point that sometimes we have to ask the court to remove that person from that position and put somebody else in who will do the job correctly. Sometimes we have to ask the court for an award of money damages against that trustee if they've taken money away that they weren't supposed to take, if they gave money to the wrong people, if they've withheld your distribution that you're supposed to get. There's a whole host of remedies that the court can give to fix that situation or try to fix that situation. If you're concerned about that, I always say, where there's smoke, there's often fire in this situation. Bad trustees, bad executors who have bad intent don't tend to just get better. They have to be told to get better by the court. So you don't want to wait too long. You need to jump on this and move in the right direction with them as soon as possible. If you have questions or concerns, if you have an interest in an estate and you're concerned that your rights are not being followed and protected by that executor trustee, give us a call here at Clear Counsel Law Group. We'd be glad to review your situation, advise you about what your rights are, what your options are, and help you get through that process to protect your rights and interests in the trust or in the estate.